Listen up! There's been a lot of sports writers and sports tenders flapping their yaps about us getting soft.
Detective.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga! This fat son of a bitch, he tells all of us he's been world champion before, and it's been this 15, 20 years. This fat son of a bitch is gonna call us all out!
Welcome everyone to the Jobber's Corner, the uncensored pro wrestling podcast that probably won't go anywhere, won't be heard by a ton of people, and definitely offend a lot of you fucks out there. I'm your host, Al Jefe, alongside my trusty co-host, the carny of all carnies, the magnificently mustached jobber, Sheikh Al Random. What's up, Sheikh?
What it is, man. I'm excited. We're back.
You know what? I'm excited too, but before we get to that, just everybody that's listening, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, our YouTube channel. Just search the Jobber's Corner. Since we're jobbers, we can't afford an actual YouTube fucking name, so you just gotta search us to the Jobber's Corner. Twitter is at the Jobbers. No, Twitter's handle is Jobber's Corner.
Right.
And Facebook is facebook.com at the Jobber's Corner.
Yeah, subscribe to all of them. We're posting all the time, and every week it is growing, but I know we can get more.
100%. And I want like more fans rather than just everyone from India. But anyways, besides that, I'm definitely smoking on some Hindu Kush. So shout out to our Indian people out there. Thank you for your Hindu Kush.
Represent.
Exactly. What are you drinking?
Gin and tonic tonight.
Fuck,
I'm
that's
going
all
classic.
you drink is gin tonic. Shit.
All right. Summer body. I can't have any more beer.
So what do we have going on this week?
Oh, there's a lot going on. All right. Let's start with wrestling news. Biggest thing that happened over the last week was one match that happened in Japan. I sent you a link to it so you could watch it so we could talk about it.
I saw it. It was crazy. It was a spot fest, but it was nice.
Yeah, so this was all over the internet last week. It was Ospreay versus Ricochet. And Ricochet we know from, and we talked about him before, he was on Lucha Underground as Prince Puma.
He had that kick-ass outfit, I remember.
And it blew up on the internet all because of Vader time. He posted a comment saying, both guys are awesome, but the match was too choreographed for me. And
who, Vader said that?
Yeah, and then shit blew up. Everybody threw in their 2 cents.
No way.
Young Bucks are talking shit about Vader. Ospreay actually the next match did his Vader bomb just to piss him off.
You can't talk shit. First of all, if you talk shit about Vader, you're a fucking retard.
Yep.
He is the shit. He's Vader. You cannot talk bad about Vader.
And he wasn't wrong. He said both guys are great, but this is supposed to be a fight. It looked too choreographed and too much gymnastics to be a fight. This is 100%. The same guy who had his eyeball popped out during a match. YouTube this. In Japan. Didn't stop the match. Just went to the corner, popped his eyeball back in the socket.
I agree, man. Did you guys catch what's the match here so people can look at it?
Yeah, so let's give some background on this. There's New Japan Pro Wrestling, biggest wrestling company in Japan. AJ Styles was just there. Anderson and Gallows were just there. Bullet Club started there. Finn Balor was there. Nakamura was there. So they're
like the WWE of Japan.
Yeah, big company. So they have tournaments, which are great because their whole thing is to make it look like a sport. And I know when you and I talked about it in the past, like you said, they have all these sponsors on the mat. It looks like Pride, even their turnbuckles.
Yeah, it looked like, exactly.
That's their whole thing. And I don't know if you've noticed, but, and I know you've watched a lot of New Japan matches.
I have.
There's very little gimmick matches. I haven't seen a cage match. I haven't seen a hardcore match. I haven't seen any stupid bullshit asylum matches. They make it set up looking like a real fight. So they have tournaments. And they're having a tournament right now called the Junior Heavyweights, I think. And there was a match with Ospreay and Ricochet. So Ospreay is 23. He's from England. He's got a lot of attention right now. He's actually going to be participating in a cruiserweight tournament that NXT is actually putting on.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah, there's a lot of attention on this guy. And Ricochet, we all know.
Yeah.
So they had this insane match. Because of Vader, he started this whole conversation. Everybody got an opinion in, like I said. Dave Meltzer commented on it. And he was backing up Ricochet and Ospreay, saying the main comment he made was when Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man had their match. I think it was WrestleMania 3, 2?
Yeah,
3.
yeah, it was 3.
3. People were making the same comments that, oh, there's too much gymnastics. But it was also like a groundbreaking match. So he's kind of trying to say, like, this isn't a new thing where old-timey wrestlers say there's too much choreography. But this is the first time where I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree. There's too much choreography.
Well, here's my 2 cents. I just watched the match. I loved it. The shit was dope.
Yeah.
But Dave Meltzer, first of all, is the most respected guy, I think, in wrestling, right?
Yep.
As far as journalism goes.
Absolutely.
Like, this guy's old school. He knows his shit. The wrestlers read his shit behind his back so they don't know, but they really take his opinion seriously.
Right.
That's correct, right?
Absolutely.
I can say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Dave Meltzer also is comparing apples to oranges because that match with Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat wasn't doing triple backflip, fucking not selling a move. Like, there's certain shit to wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This literally was carny to the carny of wrestling. This is fucking backflip after backflips. No selling. I get it that you're in fucking Japan and they don't speak English that well, but I can hear you guys calling the spots the whole match. The thing about wrestling has always been psychology. You know what I mean? Like, the moves are great, but when you're watching one product, like, I'll put it this way for sports fans. You're watching the fucking NFL. NFL is great. It's fantastic. It's the biggest fucking form of football there is, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. The Janks in Canada have decided to create the CFL, which is a fucking version of football, but with little tweaks, less exciting, but people, you can't watch the NFL and watch 4th downs and fucking 100 yards and then switch to CFL and watch some fucking 4th down shit that the dynamics of the game is completely changed and it's just not the same. This is what's happening with Japan. Japanese people love athleticism. They love that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's a language barrier. They have crazy imagination, but maybe not for wrestling. I don't know. The only Japanese wrestler that have crazy charisma is Shinsuke Nakamura. Every other one. Remember Taka Michinoku?
Of course
How
I remember.
boring he was?
Yeah.
Hey. He had the craziest fucking wrestling skill set, but he was boring as shit.
Yeah.
And that's just the way the Japanese fucking like the wrestling.
Well, this is why every time they come into WWE, they just have the Japanese guy gimmick. They always have a Japanese guy gimmick because they don't have personalities.
Except for Hakushi. Hakushi was the shit.
And,
remember Hakushi?
Of course I remember Hakushi.
Fuck, man. That guy.
And Funaki.
He was so... Funaki. But Hakushi was sick. He was the only other guy that had swag back then, was a Japanese wrestler.
So JR even came out. And I was on the fence until I saw the match today.
Mm-hmm.
And JR is as old-timey as they get. If you listen to his podcast, he spends about 40 minutes telling everyone, slow down your moves. Slow down everything.
So what did he think of it? Because he commentated, right?
He commented on it, and he's like, you know what? There's different styles of wrestling. And at the end of the day, it's about entertainment. So then today when I watched the match, so we watched the match on YouTube and not some illegal, like someone put it up.
So to JR, basically he's saying it doesn't matter what kind of porn it is as long as you fucking finish at the end, right?
Basically, that is the best synopsis.
Yeah.
He didn't use any of those
JR.
words. But basically he said, if people are entertained, who gives a shit? So,
no, that's not how it works.
But over the last
or else they'll be
week-
fucking juggling in the middle of the ring with bears.
well, look at Joey Ryan. We love that guy, and he beat people with his cock. Counterpoint.
Good point.
So this thing got so much attention that New Japan put it out for free on YouTube. That's so the match, I guess, worked. And this match I watched today, and is the loudest crowd I've ever heard in Japan. Loudest
they
crowd.
even tried to speak English in the crowd.
Yes, they had holy shit chants. They had what else?
Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit chants. They had English speaking chants for this match. So I agreed with Vader. Then I watched the match and I'm like, people are going nuts. I don't know who's right, who's wrong. If people liked it, people liked it.
Like I said, it's back to the porn analogy. I'd rather see a guy and a girl, fucking not just some weird freak show. You know,
Yeah. But
I might get turned on, but it doesn't mean I liked it.
Man, I had some other points, but let's leave it at that. There's nothing I can follow up with that.
I love both of them, but like I said, if those two guys came to WWE, slowed their shit down, but kept the same type of moveset, fuck, you got a banger.
But this was the problem. There was so much amazing shit in this, all resulted in 2 counts. What are they going to do next? They're fucking
Exactly.
themselves over.
Exactly.
All right. The only other wrestling big news is just a follow-up on Cody Rhodes. So last time we talked about Cody Rhodes asking for his release, publishing this big thing about how writers gave him shit.
Yeah.
He posted something that, again, took off on Twitter. Everyone's posting. He posted a list of people he wants to wrestle, and none of them obviously are in WWE, and he even dated it after August 19th. So he's publicizing everything about his release, and he has his first match lined up. Did you hear about it?
Yeah, but I think he's going to fucking fall into the same well as Damian Sandow, where we all make a big deal for a week or two, and then we're like, remember what happened to Cody Rhodes?
Okay, but do you know who he's wrestling first after his release?
Unfortunately, I do.
Kurt Angle.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but man, there's nobody that has more injuries than that guy. He's an Olympic wrestler. He's already banged up before he came to WWE.
Broken frickin' neck.
Like 8 times.
Yeah.
Like, Kurt, man, you got to stop. Like, he's one of those guys that's going to end up paralyzed. And it's just, he's got too much pride. He's that old school wrestling pride. Wrestlers are amongst the fucking craziest athletes on the planet. They're freaks.
They are freaks.
The regimen they go through to train shits on any other fucking sport.
So
any sport.
I sent you, I think, a GIF or something from his last match against Rey Mysterio where Riff Raff interfered. And I remember we were both saying, this guy can't even stand up straight.
He can't stand. He's got the bent knees permanently. It's bad. He looks bad.
So that's Cody Rhodes. He posted a list.
Fuck.
This guy does not give a shit about kayfabe or and I think it's because his dad is gone that he can't be respect the business. He's just, I don't give a shit.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more of the fact that Cody Rhodes was a good wrestler in high school, so he wants to put on kind of a different style match. He wants to showcase his wrestling skill, the shit that he wants to do.
That's right.
But he thinks it's Kurt Angle of 2004, whereas no, it's not. It's fucking Kurt Angle of 2016. Barely knowing how to fucking run to the ropes because his knees are buckled.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
So I don't know how that match is going to go. Cody needs to be like a TV host of some show. Just stop. Okay, you know what? Maybe not have a wrestling contract with WWE, but host a show for them. Do the fucking Mick Foley dance. You know what I mean?
Or the Brian Saxton.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. The problem, and I don't think we agree on this, he's a really good wrestler. And if you're really good at something, you want to do it. It's tough pill to swallow when you have fucking people like Corbin Dallas or whatever his name is, or Ziggler, and you're like, wait, why can't I go do that? Why do you make me wear?
He doesn't have the it factor. I said it. Okay, I'm sorry, Cody. He's fucking hilarious. I love watching him, but he doesn't have the it factor as a wrestler, especially in today's WWE. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the body size. He's got like a regular, by default, video game character body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the average height, the average skill set, the average moves. That's what kills it for him. He's not. WWE likes to have big fucking guys as wrestlers. No?
Yeah, but look at AJ Styles. I think he's actually smaller. You know,
AJ Styles has the it factor.
Right, but
that's the difference.
I'm excited for Cody to go out there. Who knows in 3 years? Maybe it's the AJ thing. He goes, gets all this experience, changes, and he comes back and he's a pro.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I don't know.
Hope so
Maybe
too.
He needs to grow a beard. Every wrestler that leaves and grows a beard and comes back, they're just fucking badass.
Yeah, everybody needs a beard.
Cody, grow a beard, my friend.
All right, let's move on. Monday Night Raw.
Dun-dun-dun. Every time I hear that, I want to play Monday Night Raw on Super Nintendo, which I have, by the way.
I just want to put on Brett's glasses from the 90s.
Yeah, that shit was so sweaty.
All right, so this Raw, John Cena's back. That's the big thing. Let's run down the show. First of all, this was an awful Raw.
Probably the worst Monday Night Raw I've seen since fucking, I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Whatever Sheamus debuted.
Poor Shamo. Yeah, it was an awful Raw. So it's Memorial Day, so you know there's going to be a lot of Raw USA.
What was that? What the fuck did we watch on Monday? What was that?
So show opens, everyone on stage. They do this whole Memorial Day thing. I get it in the U.S., and they do a lot of military shows, but most of their audience is from all over the world. You know, so they're not really catering
Yeah, but
to
they're
everyone.
in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is, I think, the population of like 150,000.
All
They're
of them
like,
enlisted.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're all, you know,
So
fucking nice folks.
yeah.
They're nice folks.
Yeah, they use the word folks. So everyone's on stage, and the whole time, all I'm thinking is, Titus, don't do anything stupid. You just got back. Don't push anybody. Don't do anything stupid. So we go from that shittiness to, oh God, Shane and Steph come out. Worst
I'm so
segment.
fucking fed up with this. This is gonna push me to stop watching again.
I was so
You're losing me.
close, so close. I think I was close to messaging you and going, I don't think we can do this podcast anymore.
This was fucking brutal. What was that? Steph is a dance competition? A fucking dance
It's
competition?
not
Like,
a house show.
I thought it was a joke when this shit was going on.
It's and their whole reason for doing this was to explain the draft. Do you know how amazing the draft could be? But their whole thing is, hey, New Day, you might separate. If they have a friggin' network, they could put whatever the hell they want on it. They can make it look like an actual draft, like a sport draft, have analysis, have all sorts of cool shit. But they have a dance contest.
Yeah. Well, for those you fucks out there that haven't seen the opening segment of Raw, these two janks walk down to the arena and spend about 15 minutes talking back and forth some nonsense that literally is just trying to get cheap cheers. I can't even remember what they said because it was so bad.
It was so bad. I was trying just to like keep going because I'm like, something good will happen.
It was boring. And then New Day comes out, and New Day does the worst promo ever, too.
No point.
No point to their promo. They were trying to make something of it, and it was brutal.
It ends with friggin' Shane McMahon, who jumped off a cage and the next night limped, all beaten up and bruised. Shane McMahon twerking.
I swear to God, I was thinking, I'm like, fuck, I remember talking to you and being like, oh, this is great. Shane's back. Yeah. I wonder how wrestling's going to be in 4 weeks. And 4 weeks from now, it was shit.
I don't think anyone could have predicted, Shane's going to twerk. It was fucking awful.
What is he doing?
I almost gave up at that point. Okay, so then it goes into a match with New Day and Vaudevillains that because of that opening, I did not give a shit about this match at all.
Me neither.
I didn't even really watch it because
they killed the crowd. They killed the vibe. It fucking sucked.
The only reason I looked up was because, thank God, Gallows and Anderson attacked New Day and interrupted the match. And I was like, thank God, one, it's over. Poor New Day and poor Vaudevillains. But then I'm like, thank God that they're actually going to use Gallows and Anderson maybe like they're the NWO. They come in from Japan and now they're just wrecking shit. Instead of, following all the rules and coming out when they're supposed to come out and staying in the back. It doesn't make sense.
I kind of want Vince back. Fuck it.
I don't know.
Get rid of these kids.
Yeah, well,
give them to child services. They're not old enough. Give both of them away.
Get rid of all of them. Right now. Get rid of
Where's Triple H? What the hell is he doing?
Oh shit! Yeah, we haven't seen him since Mania.
Where is he? Yeah, he got beat and he left.
I'm telling you, man. There's some shit with Shane. When Shane's around, Triple H is gone. And speaking of that, did you see Shane's interview with Mick Foley?
Yeah.
It wasn't very good, but the only part that was interesting was when Mick Foley asked him about Triple H, and Shane's answer was, "He makes my sister happy."
Yeah, I know.
There's some weird shit going on.
Mick Foley kept asking him questions, and he kept he felt uncomfortable asking a couple.
Yeah,
he asked him anyways, I don't want to get into it, but he asked him one question where he was like, what do you think of people that think you're not easy to get along with or something like that? And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm very easy to get along with. Some shit like that.
There was some tense
You could tell there was some tense.
Yeah, there definitely was. So yeah, you're right. We haven't seen Triple H, and Shane's always out every week. So they've replaced Triple H with Shane, and I almost miss Triple H. Get rid of both of them. We don't need any of them.
I think it's Kevin Sullivan in a dungeon somewhere in Connecticut, just
with
putting evil spells on everyone.
It's the Yeti.
It's the Yeti.
All right, so then we have backstage Big Show and Apollo. Apollo needs something, man. He's amazing in the ring.
He's Urkel. He's a jacked Urkel. He's Stefan
Urkel.
He's fucking Stefan Urkel.
He wishes he was Stefan Urkel. He's Urkel before the machine that turns him into someone cool. I don't know why he was called up.
Because he's a wicked wrestler. He's got like really good energy in the ring. He's very charismatic in the ring, but outside the ring, he just looks too nice.
But do you care if he wins or loses?
No.
All right. And I think he was brought up so Shane could do the new era thing. So it's like, let's bring up some young guys. But why don't you bring
I
up
guess
Finn
so.
Balor?
I don't fucking know.
Bring up someone like we want to see. Bring up Samoa Joe.
Every week I'm waiting for Finn to come up, and they haven't called him up yet. What's going on with that?
They're going to do the WWE thing where it's going to be way past when it's exciting, and then they'll bring him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my prediction. So basically, Big Show, Apollo, it doesn't even matter. No one's seen Big Show in months. Speaking of it doesn't matter, then you have Usos beating Breezango. I don't know what their new name is, but Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Basically, two guys who dance. They put them together.
Here's an idea. Why don't we take two guys that look and act gay and put them together and make them dance in the ring?
Yeah. And did you notice now that Usos have been involved with Roman, they've got the boo rub. So when Usos come out, now they're booed. Even though they're not even involved with Roman anymore. That's how toxic Roman is. They come out where the kids love them. These guys are in neon colors.
He's
Everyone's
like a bad
booing them.
fart. He just sticks on you.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like, what's that smell? Oh, that's Roman.
yeah, that's the only interesting thing about this match. Oh, and then they have Goldust and R-Truth on commentary. Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man. Just skip all this fucking bullshit.
Two guys who should be
honestly,
retired.
I can't even comment on it because it was brutal. I was passing out at this point. I had to go roll another joint just to get me back up for the next segment. Because
Yeah, and we're like an hour
these guys
in.
killed me. These guys, yeah, an hour in, I'm like, when is the show starting? Is this the pre-show? Because this feels like a fucking pre-show.
It was so bad. Well, it gets worse. I have it in my notes here in caps. Worst promo of the year. Roman and Seth. All night. They're like, Roman's finally going to speak. Like, that's supposed to be exciting. Suckering Succotash. He comes out. He does the same fucking, I'm not good guy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm the guy. I read.
This guy is so fucking whack.
They have apparently over 20 writers on staff, and this is what they get. This.
I'm tired of talking about Roman, man.
Well, we're not done.
Like, what more could we say about Roman fucking Reigns?
Well, now they've ruined Seth. So he calls out Seth. Seth comes out, and like, I couldn't believe how long this shit went on where Seth ripped off Jericho. Do you remember when Jericho came back a few years ago?
When he played Red Light, Green Light?
Where, he looked like he was going to talk and didn't, and then just left the ring. So Seth does the same thing. He grabs a mic. He looks like he's going to say something, doesn't. He looks like he's going to run to the ring, and he doesn't. And they do this over and over and over.
Then he's going to run and attack him, and he stops.
And he
Then
stops.
he's going to go in the ring, he's going to stop.
And that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part is, and JR even pointed this out, fucking JR again. Roman, why don't you get out of the ring and just chase the guy? How are you a badass when you're just standing in the ring?
Because he's a badass like that. That's their whole thing about him. He doesn't have to do much.
Do you remember Austin would chase people? He would run people over. This guy just stands in the ring. He's supposed to be a bad guy, good guy, badass. It doesn't.
They're trying to use a formula, my friend, okay? They're trying to use a formula that consists of not doing shit and just doing the least amount of maneuvers and actually moving and make that look cool.
I can't.
You get what I mean? Like, everything he does is a move. That's what they're trying to do. Like, that's the psychology behind the way they're booking Roman Reigns. He doesn't move. He doesn't say much. He doesn't really have a lot of fucking weapons in his arsenal. They know all this. This is their whole finagle. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is their way of saying he's such a crazy character that everything is powerful. He's in his own different world.
Well, man, it's not working. Fucking JR says it's not working.
Why else would they have him coming out of the fucking crowd every day? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and they stopped that.
Yeah, because they finally realized that shit's garbage.
Yeah, and people were putting up signs like Roman sucks in front of his face on camera.
That's why they stopped. It's because of all the signs.
You
couldn't stop the signs.
Believe how they wasted the momentum he had after those two AJ Styles match, where even you and me were like, Roman was actually pretty good.
I know.
Into this, where he's just standing in the ring for 10 minutes.
Because they booked him the same way they're booking him 2 years ago with fucking Buddy.
It's just crazy. And there's more people who are angry about it. There's, like, online, everybody's commenting. Old-timey wrestlers, our favorite, The Sheik.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Malaikum salam, ya Allah.
Yes,
he needs to be
baby.
He needs to be made humble, in Sheik's words. All right.
Legend.
So now, I don't know, we're like an hour and a half in, and there's still
Yeah.
nothing good happened. It's starting to turn now. It's starting to turn. Rusev and Ryder. So I know we talked about Cena coming back, and both of us thought he's going after Rusev. That's why he has the title. So when Rusev came out, I was actually surprised that Cena didn't come out after him. And then Ryder comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I can't stand Ryder.
But did you notice how much offense they let Ryder get in?
Yeah, he finally got his woo woo woo. Like,
I
what the
was
fuck is a
surprised.
woo woo woo?
I was.
Somebody explain it to me. Maybe I'm too old.
Wait,
If you're listening out there, can you explain to me what a woo 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 is?
Are you telling me Jersey Shore isn't popular anymore?
Like, what is he wearing?
Well,
What kind of costume is that? What is that?
oh, I don't know if you watched. I know you took a break, but I don't know if you watched Ryder back then, where he had the one leg and one short. Like his trunks were, he had one full
Yeah.
pant leg and one like
Oh
trunk.
my god.
So it's an improvement, man. It's an improvement.
Oh my god.
But Rusev, every week we talk about how amazing he is. He just keeps getting better.
What's his gimmick? What's Ryder's? Because I have a totally different fucking perception of what this guy's supposed to be. Like, what's his character?
He doesn't. He doesn't have one. He,
No, really.
But he did have like a backstage promo before, and the guy can talk. He's decent. He's like, I just need an opportunity. I just need an opportunity.
Well, what is he, a beggar? Because that's all I see him begging.
Yeah.
Just let me do it. Just get me. Okay, fine. Here's your fucking match against Rusev. And you come out looking like a jank with that purple and white fucking wizard outfit that you got on. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you throw up your hands like you think. It almost looks like his character is, you think he's cool, but he's not. You know what I mean?
Well, here's a fun fact for you.
Is he a throwback to 2005? I don't understand.
Well, here's a fun fact. He's been on podcasts before, and his thing is he's really into boy bands.
Okay, but this is in 2005. This is in 1995. Did anybody tell him that?
I guess they told him after they let him be Intercontinental Champion for 22 hours after Mania. So
Does he do something special in the house shows that we don't know about? Because on
No,
TV,
who
he's
knows?
nothing special. Like, they paired him up with that big fucking cheerleader. That
Mojo.
giant crackhead
He's hyped.
Mojo.
He's hyped.
like a motherfucker, that guy. Doing 10 lines in the back and just going out there and yelling at everybody. Like, and that's Zack Ryder's fucking chance to the
Well,
spotlight.
Ryder hasn't been shy. Like, they paired me with Mojo. What the fuck? Yeah, he's
Good,
like,
good. As long as
Yeah.
he even knows,
Yeah,
like, he's
yeah,
in
yeah.
jobbing status. I think he's a nice guy. I have nothing.
yeah.
When I mention all this shit, I'm talking about the characters on TV, not him as a person. I don't know what he does.
He's
Maybe
like,
he is an asshole. I don't fucking know. But
he might be an asshole. No, but on the podcast I've heard him where he's almost candid, he is like, he has the same problem Sandow had where he's just happy to be there.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't really care.
Okay,
He's
well,
just
get
happy.
over it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Start acting like a professional and come up with something cool. You grew the beard. You're almost there. Just fucking do something else. Get rid of the hair.
Oh yeah, the peacock hair. Okay,
The peacock hair
Okay.
has to go. The tinted hair.
Can we talk about Rusev's camel clutch adjustment where it looks like he's actually going to break the guy in half now? He
I
goes.
like it. It's, you know what it is? It's like the figure 8.
Oh,
It's like the new,
don't-
you know what I mean? It's like
no,
the
now I can't,
second version.
Yeah, now I can't stop seeing that.
Yeah.
But he put him in this thing. Ryder taps out, and like I blinked, he had pushed Ryder off, and he was like on his feet. He is so quick. He looks like a
They're
monster.
building him up again as the fucking
He-
undefeated fucking monster, and
Yeah.
they're just feeding him jobbers. And Zack Ryder's one of them, you know? And guess where he's going to end up? On another no, this time it's not going to be a tank. This time he's coming out on a fucking F-16 with Putin in the back
Riding a horse
riding a horse.
without a shirt. All right.
Cena better be ready. That will be his retirement match.
So we get a little bit of good from Rusev, and then we're back to shit. Shining Stars promo. Primo and Epico. So these guys, this is the
This guy's a
Jobber
travel
episode.
agent.
Yes, that's what I wrote. That's exactly what I wrote. These guys have been around for 10 years. They're
my
from
God, I'm dying.
Puerto Rico, I think. They're given
Oh my god.
first, they're like, here's your valet, Rosa Mendez. Then they're like,
Oh,
guys, we
shit.
got a gimmick
Okay.
change for you. And they're like, thank God. You're matadors. And they're like, Vince, matadors are from Spain. Same shit, guys. Same shit.
One of these janks looks like the fucking character El Jefe cartoon if he took off his mask.
They do.
Oh my god, these guys are selling.
One of them is the son of Carlos Colon, who is the most famous wrestler from Puerto Rico. He's in the Hall of Fame. First, they give him Rosa Mendez. Then they give him a midget in a bull costume. And then they're like, guys, the Matadors, all right, you're not from Spain. We get it. New gimmick. What's that, Vince? You work for Tourism Puerto Rico. Why can't they just be wrestlers? Just because they're brown, they got to be something brown. Just make them fucking wrestlers, man.
Oh shit, I'm tearing up. I can't handle that. I just keep
Travel
seeing their
agents.
stupid faces.
Travel agents. And they had a match where they actually had some decent moves
my
against
God.
actual jobbers. We talked about it.
Yo, these two, you gotta. What's their name so people can search them up so they know what I'm laughing at? It's these two fucking
They're
cousins.
called the Shining Stars.
The Shining Stars.
Primo and Epico. And they were on, I think, Jericho's
They're
podcast.
talking about flowers. One of them holds a flower in his hand, and they're like, "Only in Puerto Rico you find this fucking flower."
Oh, yeah.
Smell it.
I want to see them fight. Even better, man. So you just said they're cousins? I forget which one it is, Primo or Epico. It translates to the word cousin.
Oh,
They don't even have real names.
these are. I think they're my favorite.
It's like when you watch a movie.
They're my favorite jobbers of all fucking time.
They are the best jobbers of the
Oh
20th
my
century.
God.
You know, their names are like when you watch a movie and it just says Henchman 1, Henchman 2. Their names are literally cousin.
I really don't think they're wrestlers. I think they're actual travel agents. Like they work in a kiosk in the fucking middle of a mall and they're trying to sell you packages to Puerto Rico. Like that's who they are. It doesn't even make sense. The whole time they're running their promos, I thought it was a commercial. I legit thought that is the most believable promo I've ever seen in my life. It's the best promo.
I don't even know what's going through their head when they have their big debut match where not one person cheered. I think I heard a cough through the air. And then they're like, next week, yeah, who are we fighting, Vince? You're doing a commercial for Puerto Rico. I don't think it's going well, guys. Maybe you should get the midget bull back.
Oh my God. What did Puerto Rico do to Vince McMahon to deserve this? The nation of Puerto Rico must email Vince McMahon and say, what the fuck did we do for you to put these two clowns on TV?
So I tried.
But maybe people are going to Puerto Rico because of them.
No. Vince is all about business. I looked into why are these guys still employed? They've been around 10 years. Not once have they had a good gimmick. Why are they around? So I already said one of them is the son of Carlos Colon, who is the head honcho in Puerto Rican wrestling. And Puerto Rico was a huge territory back in the day. Everyone wrestled there. And I think, from what I read, everyone, and this is what everyone's theory is, because nothing else fucking makes sense. Carlos has like the video library of all the wrestling down there, and the only reason Vince is keeping his son employed is to eventually get the video library for the network. So, yeah,
That's some like that. See, he can make a reality show about that.
He can
and
do
put
anything.
It on WWE Network.
These guys can just show you Puerto Rico, and that could be on the network.
Like what a fucking soap opera right now. So he has something. Maybe that's what Shane was talking about in a safe somewhere.
In the box, yeah. It's the Shining Stars, and the reason
The
they're
Shining Stars are on the loose.
Worst fucking name too. It is actual jobber everything. The whole thing is jobber everything.
I hope it keeps going. I want to see these guys on TV every week.
After this conversation, they're my new favorites. So next segment is Charlotte and Steph backstage, and this whole show, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened the last week, but basically the segment is Steph is yelling at Charlotte, calling her entitled and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, when did Steph turn into a face? Are we supposed to forget 2 weeks ago she was a heel?
I couldn't watch this shit. I couldn't.
It was so bad. Basically, she gave Charlotte shit for what she did to Rick, which was also an awful segment last week. We didn't talk about it. Basically, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, see, the thing they did last week was so poorly done. Like it was done well, but Charlotte seemed really nervous doing it.
Yeah.
And you can tell she was really nervous doing it, so it didn't come off as good as it should have. And then I knew the follow-up was just going to be fucking guilt trips.
Well, it was so bad last week, and we didn't do one on Raw, but even Steve Austin said that segment was bad. You have the Nature Boy, who is the king of promos, and you don't let him get one word in. And you give someone, and you noticed it too, she's still green. It's tough to do those kind of promos.
Because that's their way of trying to get her to, overpower Rick by not letting him
And we knew it would all happen, like where she would throw him. But anyways, it was awful. Steph gave her shit for what reason? Who knows? Yeah. Okay, next, Enzo and Cass, they beat the Dudleys. So Enzo is back. It's his first match since Payback after his concussion. I'm kind of over Enzo and Cass.
Really? I like them. Man, their whole thing with the cheese was incredible. Cass going in with how many types of cheese?
Yeah, he listed 13 cheeses.
I love them. I'm not over them at all. I think they have a good year of the same shtick to me, and I'll still like them for a full year.
I think the problem for me is that they're not in a story. They're fighting Dudleys. Nobody knows why. And it was a pretty good match. The match was all right.
The Dudleys are doing what old timers do in wrestling now, is just put other young guys over, and they're doing it pretty well because people still care about their matches. They let them do their shit, you know. And Bubba likes to fucking talk a lot in the ring.
He's like Owens. So I wrote here, Bubba. I think we need more of him. They should make him a single. I think he could be a heel like Owens. He was a heel in TNA.
Bully Ray.
Yeah, Bully Ray. He's really good at it.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. So hopefully Enzo and Cass get an actual story.
Enzo is fucking awesome, man. The guy is such a fresh character, and the way he does, he's starting to pick up his little things, the way he's running into the ring.
Yeah.
Everything looks...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time he drops his
amazing.
mic. Yeah. No, Enzo, there's nobody like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody like him. Okay, and another promo. So the main event is Sami, Dean, and Cesaro against Owens, Del Rio, and Jericho. So they have a promo with Sami, Dean, and Cesaro backstage talking about how we're all in the Money in the Bank, but we have to work together. Wrestlers should not be actors. It was kind of hard to watch.
Because they're good guys.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Because when we get to the other promo,
Cesaro's a good guy,
good.
so he can't.
Yeah.
He really, I don't know. He can't say anything.
Yeah, Cesaro's not good.
And Sammy's good. Sammy can do it enough, you know.
Yeah.
But good guys always need a bad guy to play off of.
No, you're right. I didn't even think of that. Then we have, so for the last week on Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, but WWE's posting stuff about a hatch. The hatch is going to open.
What's a hatch?
It looked like a cave with a big steel door.
Oh, shit.
And everyone all week is like, what is that?
It's the Yeti.
Is it the Yeti? Is it the Wyatts? What is the hatch? It turned out to be, and you may have missed it if you didn't watch the commercials.
I didn't.
No, WWE 2K17, Goldberg's in it. So they had a commercial with Goldberg, and he was in the hatch. And I remember...
Goldberg?
Yeah, I was working out, and I wasn't really watching, and they had this thing with police cars, and if you go on YouTube, you can find the full commercial. So they did this with Ultimate Warrior a few years ago. When Sting came back, first he was in the video games, so they had a Sting thing for the video game. Anyway, I'm working out, and then I hear, Goldberg's music. I'm like, I recognize that music. I look up. There's fucking Goldberg working with cops. I'm like, could it be? Could Goldberg be coming back? So the video games are separate from actual WWE stuff. So 2K17 arranges who's in the game. But Vince ultimately says yes or no, I want those people in the game.
Goldberg.
But the contracts are with 2K games.
So you're saying Goldberg might be coming back to WWE?
Goldberg might be coming back. He's for sure in the next game. Coming out this fall, but
have you seen a recent picture of him? Is he still jacked, or does he look like an old man?
No, he's still jacked. So just today, I listened, and it just came out today. A podcast on ESPN. They do a wrestling one, and he was on it, and they asked him about it. So he's doing MMA, and he said he's in better cardio shape.
MMA? What's with these wrestlers thinking they can fucking do MMA, especially Goldberg's age? How old is he?
He's 50 or 48.
I want to see. Right now I'm just Googling.
Yeah, look him up. He's, if not Triple H's age, maybe a year or two older. But he's still in good shape. His cardio is better. And his MMA is just, he goes to a gym and trains. He's not actually competing.
No, but it's just his body size. That's what matters.
So they asked him on it, are you coming back to wrestle? And he said, I've been there and I've done that. But again, who knows what's going to happen? And he said this video game thing was a few years in the works. But He might be coming back. So if Goldberg comes back, who do you see him? Who would you want to see him wrestle?
Good question.
And before you answer, they asked him this too, and he doesn't watch wrestling. He said, "I don't watch the product," but he has Twitter, and everyone keeps messaging him that Roman Reigns does a spear. Goldberg did the most devastating spear because this guy did not fake it.
See, I'm not in the business of having old timers versus new guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good matchup. I don't like that. I think it should always be old. It's a spectacle now because they shouldn't be involved in a storyline. Guys like Goldberg should not be involved in like a regular schedule storyline with the top tier guys like Roman Reigns and AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? He should be, these old guys that come back should be in their own Legends League. And they can be wrestling guys like, I can see him versus Brock Lesnar.
Well,
They fucked it up. I know.
Did, yeah.
They fucked it up the first time. They danced. But I think if they did it again now, because of the psychology behind it, they're both older, more mature.
There's a story.
People would accept their shit,
Right.
and there's a storyline behind it. You know what I mean? If they did it right, that could be a huge draw.
I'm definitely with you. If him and Brock, that would be massive.
Because they fucked it up the first time.
Yeah, and everyone would be curious, like, how are they going to do it this time?
Exactly, because he's better than Batista. See, Batista came back and he still sucks. And if he comes back now, he'll still suck. And if he comes back 5 years from now, he'll still suck. He just sucks as a wrestler, right? He's got the size and shit. But Goldberg actually was a decent wrestler. Like, he knew how to fucking get the crowd going.
He was exciting
got people's
for sure.
reaction.
Yeah.
He was exciting, man. You know, people freaked out at him in WCW. You can't deny that. So if he comes back and faces a guy like Brock, the fucking beast of all beasts, oh, man.
Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
I'm with you if he comes back for Brock. But
That's a heavy hitter.
Goldberg doesn't seem like he likes wrestling. And from what I read, Vince didn't like Goldberg because Goldberg doesn't like to do business.
Well, then fuck him.
Yeah.
Next.
Finally, we're back to the big return. John Cena is back. I think it's been 5 months. 5 great months. He's back, and fuck, man. We complain about Memorial Day. This fucking guy.
Of course they saved him for Memorial Day.
He is not a Marine. He has never been in the Army. I read.
You actually have to explain that to people because people think he's a 5-star general. What are you talking about?
So he has the haircut. He used to come out with dog tags. He does the salute. I read that actual Marines were pissed off because he's not a Marine. Stop pretending you're a Marine.
King Jong-il had fucking stories? John Cena wrote the unicorn into World War II and defeated the Nazis.
Yeah, he's pretty much dictator where he has fake medals for a war he never fought in.
Exactly.
He comes
the
out.
The Pentagon is actually his house. That's where he lives.
This is a carnival, and he comes out and gives a speech about not going quietly into the night. It's like, this isn't Independence Day. We're not fighting aliens. You're not a real soldier. It was so bad.
He came out and he gave like a fucking speech that like the president should be giving.
Yeah, like a
he
really
took his material.
Serious face. He even took off his hat out of respect.
Obama's pissed right now. It's like, this motherfucker, he stole my speech.
Then, so this whole segment was a fucking roller coaster for me. Cena comes out. I'm like, this fucking guy and his Marine thing. Then Styles comes out. I'm like, when we talked about what's next for Styles after Extreme Rules, I did not at all think him and Cena.
I know, me neither. And when he first came out, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah.
Then
fucking, this is gonna be insane.
Yes.
Like, this is gonna be a good fucking matchup.
2 to 3 minutes of chanting. Everybody in the world, I think, who watched this thought the same thing. AJ Styles, let's go Cena. 2 to 3 minutes. I couldn't believe it. Out loud, I went, holy
in Green
shit.
Bay too.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey folks, how are you folks? And they were going nuts.
Yeah, it was quiet the whole night.
Yeah.
And I don't remember a chant like getting loud like that and sustaining. It was
I'm telling
crazy.
you, there's something about AJ Styles, man. He brings it out of everybody.
I fucking hope Vince notices. Because, see, the problem would have been...
but Vince is the type of guy who'll be like, see, I told you John Cena's a great idea.
Yes, see, this is the thing. If people were chanting, let's go Cena, Cena sucks, he would have been like, see, it's all about Cena. But people were actually chanting for Styles, too. So
No,
I'm like,
they were all chanting for Styles. There were a couple for Cena, but it was like...
It was back and forth.
Yeah.
I was so excited. And then, like, again, roller coaster. when he's like, Cena, you're so great, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, fuck me. They're going to make
I
him
know.
lollipop like every other goddamn wrestler they have on the
I know.
roster.
I was about to turn the channel.
Yep. I'm like, why? Why? Then Gallows and Anderson come out, and they're facing off against Styles and Cena. I'm like, you know what? This isn't too bad. If he's at the same league as Cena, so Styles and Cena are facing off against Anderson, Gallows and Anderson. I'm like, okay. Still, Styles is up there rooting for him.
Yeah.
Then I shouted out loud when Styles attacked Cena. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
I couldn't. Well, I didn't even think Styles and Cena would be a thing. Then he comes out. They're doing the lollipop thing, and they're tagging. And I thought, okay, Jericho and Styles tagged. They're going to do the same thing. Then when he attacked him, it's like, finally, they're doing what they should have done.
Now they're the fucking club.
Now,
It was the initiation.
Yes.
On Memorial Day, beat up the soldier.
Yes, they played
That's
with
some
us.
serious heat.
And Styles was a heel in Japan. That's where he like came up and he became amazing. And I'm like, please let him do what he does. And
I hope they do. I hope they let him run wild all over John Cena. Like, let him be the AJ Styles of that clan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. The way he beat up Cena, it reminded me of when Brock came and beat up Cena, where he kept beating him. He would leave the ring, run the fuck back in, beat him up some more.
Yeah, beat him up some more, run back out. AJ Styles is the man. WWE has no idea how good this guy is. I mean, they do, but not to the point where the problem is it's fucking PG rated.
Yeah, I don't have faith in WWE. I hope they keep surprising us positively.
Like, I feel like AJ Styles has so much in his arsenal that's not allowed to be displayed.
This whole Raw was garbage. This one thing made it for me.
Brutal show. Like, this is the worst Raw of this year.
But this segment, I couldn't believe it. When he turned, I'm like, I'm glad I stuck around for 3 goddamn hours.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it looks, we'll get
But I don't think that, hold on, sorry, but I don't think people are going to boo him.
Boo Styles?
Yeah, man,
No.
because it's still they won't boo him.
No,
He's always going to have, but storyline-wise, yes, he's going to be the heel.
Well, whoever Cena fights, people don't boo that person.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And on top of that, it's AJ Styles. He's going to be acting like a heel, which is great.
Yeah, and maybe he'll be like an Austin heel, and people will cheer him even more.
A Kevin Owens type of heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I am so excited for where this is going. Where a week ago, I'm like, fuck, Styles is screwed. So then, I don't know. So we have Ziggler backstage. I don't know if Ziggler picks his own shit, or writers hate him, or this is a big joke on him. First, he rips off HBK with his gear, too, now. He has, like, the full pants. He does the tuning up the band when he does a super kick. Now he's ripping off Jericho's promos. So he's fighting Corbin, and they're supposed to have a wrestling match, a technical match, and he's going over a list of holds he has.
Yeah.
And in WCW, Jericho did this thing.
I saw that.
Yeah, where he was wrestling Malenko, and Malenko was the man of 1,000 holds. And Jericho came out with that 90s printer paper where it was like binded on the sides.
That was one of the greatest things you could ever see.
Yeah, to this day, it's still
hilarious.
Holds. And he's like, I have 1,004 holds. And he started to read the holds before a commercial break. And he's like,
Chris
1,
Jericho
2.
invented trolling.
Yes.
He's the fucking ultimate troll.
Well, his nickname is Jerry Troll.
That's amazing.
All hail the Ayatollah of rock and roller!
So
Like, if that's not the voice of a fucking troll, I don't know what is.
he goes to commercial break. He's at like number 5. He comes back. He's like 1,004 armbar. So Ziggler basically rips that off.
Amazing. Love that. I remember watching that
Yeah.
and crying, laughing.
He was so great. Stinko Malenko. Yeah.
Go Malenko.
Kurt Angel. He would always come up with, like, he would say people's names wrong. Just the smallest thing.
He says Page instead of Page.
Yep. Yeah, he does. So
Oh
I'm
my
like, all right,
God.
Ziggler, I'd be happy if I never saw him again. Then he comes out and he comes out and he puts on the Steiner Brothers headgear, wrestling gear. And I'm like, what's this? And then he starts like he physically looks like he's going to do amateur wrestling. And I think he was an amateur wrestler. And I'm like, okay, this could be a thing. Match
Weird.
starts.
I didn't see any of this.
You didn't watch
Go
it?
on. I didn't see any of this.
Yeah, so he's gonna. So the whole thing was at Extreme Rules, Corbin beat him because he kicked him in the nuts. So Ziggler says You can't beat me in a real wrestling match. Let's have a technical battle. Let's have a real wrestling match.
Oh yeah, my bad. I remember I fast forwarded when I saw Corbin's face.
Well,
Oh my
it
god!
was-
So what happened?
It was so short. It would have been easy to miss. So yeah, he comes out. He puts on the Steiner's headgear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny.
Okay.
And he gets down in that like low amateur wrestling pose where you're like really low to the ground, you know?
Yeah.
Where you have the promo pictures of like amateur wrestlers and they're always in that stance.
In the wrestling stance.
Ring the bell. He goes up to him, kicks him in the nuts, and leaves the ring.
What?
Ziggler kicks Corbin in the nuts and leaves the ring. He grabs the mic and he goes, I forget what he said, but basically the gist of it was winner because of disqualification, Corbin, but still loser, Corbin. So basically this was all a ruse, like payback. You kick me in the nuts, let's have a wrestling match. Kicks him right in the nuts and leaves the ring. So I'm like, nuts for nuts match.
God.
It was
What the fuck? Thank God I fast forwarded.
no,
that.
watch it. It was actually really funny how it was done. And I'm like, is there a story all about kicking nuts that started with Undertaker? Remember when him and Brock's program last year? It was just Undertaker kicking Brock in the nuts every match.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's the only way he could beat him.
Yeah, exactly.
Nut shot.
So now Ziggler,
Rochambeau style.
now Ziggler's ripping that off.
Nice.
Then we have the main
That's
event.
what he's resorted to.
Yeah, basically.
Balls.
Then main event, the only good match on this whole goddamn show.
Yeah.
Dean, Sammy, and Cesaro beat Owens, Del Rio, and Jericho. Really good match.
I love their promo, by the way.
Oh,
the three
yeah,
of them
yeah.
having
The-
a promo in the back.
the heel
it
promo.
was great.
Yeah.
Their Jericho and Owens talking back and forth to each other was
Yeah.
hilarious.
When he said, Jericho said, like, we, and he turns to Owens and he goes, that's French for yes. And Owens like, I know.
What are you, 8?
And then he said, like, something about it. But anyway, that promo was gold. Those guys
Yeah.
are so good.
Love it.
Yeah, the crowd was dead except for the John Cena Styles thing and this match. And they came so alive, they even started chanting stupid idiot at Jericho, since that's Jericho's new thing, calling people stupid idiot.
It's one of the funniest things. I was telling somebody else that doesn't watch wrestling, and
Yeah.
he was watching wrestling with me. And when Jericho kept saying, "You stupid idiot," and he was dying laughing. He's like, "Who says that? Nobody says it." But the way he says it, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's so angry. He's like, you stupid idiot, man. Like, yeah, it's
he's
the
amazing.
greatest thing.
Jericho is so good as a heel.
Again, what happens? You have these supposedly mid-carders stealing the whole goddamn show again.
Yeah.
Stealing the whole show.
But now they're not mid-carders. It's the new era. These guys are your main eventers.
It's true. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They are
They
your
main evented tonight.
They absolutely did.
Yeah.
So a really shitty show saved by this match and Styles. So Money in the Bank is really seeming like it's shaping up. These guys are all going to be in a Money in the Bank match again. Probably
Who's your prediction?
from this list. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be Del Rio. He's like the Sheamus of this match.
Del Rio.
Because when they brought
I mean,
him,
they are paying him a lot of money.
that's the thing. When they brought him back, they probably promised him a bunch of things.
They paid him a lot of money. That's true. I looked at like how much they were making the other day, and this fucker's making quite a lot of money.
He was the John.
He's making like $1 million a year.
Yeah, well, he was the John Cena of Mexico when they brought him, so he expects money. So I think it's Del Rio.
I hope it's not Del Rio. Like,
Yeah, because everyone else in there, Jericho probably
I
will
want to
disappear.
see Kevin Owens as the fucking champ. This guy as a champion would be the most arrogant. He would bring fans back. He would be this. Kevin Owens has the capability of being the new generation Steve Austin.
Yeah, he does
Like,
for sure.
He's got that momentum of being the biggest draw. The way he's on the microphone, that's how Steve Austin won everybody over.
Right.
The way he was on the mic. And Kevin Owens is on the mic, he's golden. In the ring, he's fucking phenomenal. Like, he's the biggest
perfect.
heel.
He's perfect.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
He's perfect. And give this guy the fucking belt right now. You know what I mean? And watch him and Roman Reigns bring him up too. Or Roman Reigns send him to the co-main event level and get him going with AJ Styles or someone like that again and build him up again till Kevin Owens fucking decides to put his belt down just to take a shit. Because that guy should have the belt for the rest of fucking his career.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know.
everyone I think would agree with you. So if we go down the list, Jericho, He's probably going to leave because he only comes back for, a few months. Owens, you just talked about. Cesaro's not ready. Sammy, I don't think is ready. Dean has lost all momentum. That really only leaves Del Rio and Owens.
Yeah.
But main point is, just fucking get
I
it
hope
off
it's
Roman.
not Dean, though.
I hope it's not Dean either.
They could be Dean and then oh my God, it's gonna be Dean. What do you mean? It's gonna be
Oh.
Dean because it's gonna be like a little fucking triangle of Dean,
Shield.
Roman, and Seth, and it's a Shield triple threat match
For what, like SummerSlam?
Everything for the next year.
See, I think like the Shield match is a WrestleMania thing, but who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? Main thing is get it fucking off Roman. There's all 6 guys in this match get more cheers, are more entertaining, or more over than Roman. It is unreal. I've never seen anything like this where they keep trying to push Roman, and there's half the roster is more over and better.
I don't get it either. I have no idea why they're doing that.
It's ridiculous. But
Whatever.
But that's Raw this week.
As long as they have those guys main eventing, as long as those guys are wrestling on TV, it makes up for all the other shitty parts of wrestling.
That's 100% true. I think you said it last week. Who gives a shit? It's still entertaining. There's still awesome matches.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. That's it for Raw.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest match I ever had in my life. But I don't like it when things aren't going my way. Motley Crue, turn the table.
All right.
Oh.
Time of the week. Jobber match of the week. I love that song. So this week's a bit weird. So this week I have Sid Vicious versus a jobber named James McKinnon.
Sid Vicious. I met him in real life.
Really?
I met Sid Vicious in real life. I shook his hand. He was fucking huge.
All right, you got to tell us the story. When and where was this?
Oh my God. Him and a bunch of wrestlers were in town. I was at a bar, and one of the wrestlers was one of the doormen there, and he told me that a bunch of wrestlers are gonna come by.
Yeah.
And I said, "Fucking awesome! I can't wait." And Sid Vicious came with our boy Brutus Barber Beefcake.
No.
Yeah, and he stayed. Ed, right? That's his name.
Yep.
Okay, so both of them walk in. The bar's not that fucking full. It's like 10 o'clock. And Sid's like, hell no, I'm out of here. But I'm like, oh shit, Sid Vicious. So I go up to him like, hey Sid, big fan, welcome. He's like, oh, thanks, man. And just shook his hand. That's it. And Brutus is like, where's the tequila? And he ran to the fucking bar and was drinking all night.
I can't believe you met Sid. And
Yeah.
and you didn't get stabbed. Do you know the
No.
stabbing story?
Oh, I heard about the stabbing story. But Sid, man, he's fucking huge.
Yeah. Well,
He's huge.
he always had an amazing look. Tall, but like built and doesn't move like a tall guy.
Sausage fingers.
So it's the stabbing story real quick. He got in a fight with Arn Anderson. They stabbed each other in the leg or something in WCW. Blood everywhere. It's one of those infamous stories. But he's infamous for a few things. So one, the stabbing of Arn Anderson. Two, he is really into softball and coaching it. So much so he no-showed shows to go coaching softball. That's a fun fact about Sid.
He's got to be the biggest softball player in the history of the fucking sport.
And he coaches it. That's how much he loves it.
Oh my God, softball's for. Never mind.
But I think the thing he's most internet famous for is when he broke his leg in WCW.
Oh, that was gross.
It's one of the worst
That
leg
was off
breaks.
the buckle when he jumped off the buckle and his
Right.
ankle snapped in half.
His like shin bone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and his leg is just dangling there. So in WCW, the amazing management there, they said, "Hey Sid, I think you gotta like vary your moveset, bud. You want to get on that top rope tonight and jump off?" Next thing you know, this guy snaps his leg in half, and it's one of those like if you look up gruesome leg breaks, Sid Vicious is on that list.
Sid is regular on Botchamania. As
Yes, his promos,
is
too.
one of the biggest botching type of wrestlers, and he's got classic botches in promos and matches.
Yeah.
So what are we watching now?
So we're gonna watch him against James McKinnon. So James McKinnon, fun fact, I couldn't find shit on this guy. I searched
Of course
and
he's not.
searched.
He's a jobber. He's
Yeah,
probably
but-
sleeping in a trailer right now, waiting to turn on the carny shit.
So yeah, this is a WCW match, mid '90s. I could find nothing on this fucking jobber. So let's watch.
Goodies Headache Powder presents this week
Headache powder?
Championship Wrestling Headache of the Week.
Headache powder?
I don't know what that could be.
Are they selling cocaine? I think they're selling cocaine.
I thought it was like Gold Bond. You put it on your head.
Goodies.
Okay,
Somebody Google goodies and find out if they sell cocaine.
so this is weird. Sid's in a singlet.
Yeah, I've seen footage of him before in a black singlet.
All right, WCW. Sid Vicious. He is massive in build.
He's wearing a red singlet.
Amateur wrestling, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, he used to terrify me as a kid.
He's huge, man.
He had the best theme song in WWF.
His hair looks like Chinese noodles.
It does. Ramen
I
noodle hair.
always thought his hair was Chinese noodles.
Ramen noodle hair. Hey, it's Nick. That's not Nick Patrick. That's someone else.
He can get probably acting job if he grew out his hair and a beard for fucking Vikings.
Does he still look good?
I don't know what he looks like anymore.
Well, when you met him.
Oh yeah, he was huge, man. He looked normal.
All right. Oh, promo.
Little message you might want to listen to. You messed around and you lucked up and you got that title. Well, I'm coming to get it and I'm going to take it back where it belongs with the Four Horsemen.
I love. You know one thing about promos back then?
The screaming.
They were screaming into the thing. Nobody screams anymore.
Passion.
Somebody needs to fucking scream into the mic to do their promos from now on.
Passion. And
Enzo screams into
Enzo.
it.
Oh.
My. Sid just gave the most clobbering clothesline to this poor jobber, James McKinnon. And now he grabbed him by the back of the head
and rubbed his face in the mat. There's a move you don't see
in.
That's a staph infection.
See, look at that. Look now, he's clawing his face. Sid, he bit him at the head.
Sid is amazing.
And he spat it out. Heels. You guys gotta watch this. If you want to be a heel in wrestling,
He
watch
lives
Sid
up
Vicious
to that Vicious name.
beat the shit out of James McKinnon.
Who has the body of a mailman.
If you think wrestling's fake, I would love you to watch this match and watch Sid Vicious.
Oh, they did not fake it with jobbers. They took out all sorts of road rage on
They weren't. And the thing is, they weren't good enough to know how to fake it.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
They didn't know how to. They were like, okay, if I have to make this move look like it hurts, I have to drill this guy like this powerbomb right here. Watch this powerbomb. Oh my.
Oh God, he has him up
Watch
like
this powerbomb.
Razor's Edge. What?
Oh,
that was not
sick.
a powerbomb. He spun him like a Razor's Edge and just threw this guy in the air. And this guy's 7 feet tall.
The guy did a 360 in mid-air, landed on his back.
How much do you think he made for this match, this McKinnon guy? There's his powerbomb.
That's a deadly powerbomb. You know the powerbomb, you're supposed to release it,
Yeah.
not drill the guy into the mat, and that's what Sid just did. Pinned him with his knee across his neck. I think our boy James McKinnon here made a whopping $600 plus his hotel room.
No way he made that much.
Maybe at breakfast.
Yeah, maybe a breakfast. He never wrestled again.
No, I mean jobbing in WWE, I would guess is somewhere around $600, $500.
With inflation like nowadays or back then?
No, back then.
Yeah, but you get the shit kicked out of you. Look
Exactly.
at this.
Fuck.
And they have
Look at this move right here.
Holy shit. He spun him in the air. Yeah, you could see this guy's not selling.
Oh my God, James McKinnon is actually hurt right there.
And Sid had that awesome pin where he just puts a
Sid looks
knee on the guy's
pissed.
face.
Look, he picks him up with his hair. Just
This,
get up, you
his,
sorry son of a bitch.
His-
Here's the fucking power bomb. I'm not gonna let you go up mid-air. I'm gonna just
he drove him down too.
He drove him into the mat, which actually will break his ribs.
And I like Sid's version where it's not the almost gay one where the guy's crotch is in your face. He puts him on his shoulder like he's carrying a big bag.
Ole Anderson.
You know, I've been the spokesman for a horseman for quite some time.
I heard this guy was a real dick.
One thing that I could always be
Ole.
proud
He
of
looks like a
saying
dick.
is that the horsemen were the elite of the wrestling world. And why? Because we had all the belts. World title, tag team title, and television title. But
He's
now,
not screaming his promo.
current events have changed things.
Yeah, but he looks like a badass. He looks like somebody who beats their kids.
He definitely... and other people's kids in the mall.
Yeah, Ole Anderson looks like a sorry son of a bitch that just fucking hates his life.
This guy does look like a carny though. He looks like...
Oh, why I'm the best? Because I am the best.
There's one man in the stable who's capable of taking that title, and he's the biggest man in wrestling, and I'm not talking about the total package.
Lex
You
Luthor
watch
or
this
Luger.
man because somehow, some way, he's going to be the champion. I'm talking about Sid Vicious.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh shit. WCW back then was all right.
Yeah, it was all right, and I think at the same time in like the '90s, mid '90s, that's when WWF was shit with the fucking dumpster drosies and the hockey player, the goons, and all that. And WCW was doing this shit with the Four
Yeah.
Horsemen.
That's sick.
All right, next segment.
Bologna, fudge, and mustard!
Finally,
I
we got-
love these songs.
Yeah.
My so-called brother here, he's got
Spring
donkey
succotash.
for brains.
All right, so this week we have a classic promo. It's not a jobber promo, but I guess he's a jobber now. This promo is Vince and Hulk Hogan, and
Okay.
I hope this isn't the edited version. I don't know if you've seen this one. It's
What year was this?
Oh, this is when Hogan was back, like early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
And this is an infamous Hogan promo. He's a jobber now because he has no job.
Uh-huh.
So
But
let's.
he doesn't need a job because he's balling.
He's got that Gawker money.
He's got that fucking Gawker money.
All right, let's get into this. This is amazing, this promo, if you've never seen it. So it's on SmackDown, and it's Hogan and Vince.
Oh, he's wearing his traditional yellow and
Yep.
red.
The fact that I had something to do with building this company just makes you sick. The fact that I am the one that put this company on the map
Oh, he
and helped you make it what it is today. That
he really
makes you
means this shit,
sick
by the
to
way.
your stomach, brother.
He does, brother. Oh, here we go. He's going to go off the rails.
All those Lear jets that you have, all those billions of dollars, the houses that your kids live in, the $20 million vacation home in Boca. Whoa, that was all because of these maniacs. Shut up! Kiss my ass.
Oh, shit.
Vince is so good.
He is. If you actually think.
Let me tell you something. I think you're starting to believe in your own bullshit, Hogan.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
shit.
I could have
This
had
is where
anybody
shit
play the
gets
part of
real.
Hulk Hogan. I could have had anybody bring Hulkamania. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, here we go.
You actually think anybody could have ran with Hulkamania? Look at all the guys you gave the ball to. Look at all the guys that had the belt. Look at all the guys that ran to the goal line. Nobody ran as hard and as long as I did, McMahon.
Damn.
Yep.
If you actually think
Yep.
If you actually think I was just the right guy at the right place at the right time, let me say it one more time so you completely understand me.
One more time.
If you actually believe in your mind, if you actually think that I was just the right guy
The right game.
at the right place at the right time, well then you're a bigger delusional bastard than I thought you were, McMahon.
Let me just say it one more time.
And you know something? I had a match with you
I can't even think.
You know what I say right now, McMahon? Right now, we just settled this because I had a match with The Rock a couple of weeks ago. And you were the one that I wanted to get in the ring. You were the one that I was supposed to have.
Look at
smile.
McMahon's
a couple of
face.
weeks ago, and you put The Rock in your place, brother.
Hulk, you fucked up that end, man. He
Yeah.
had a good thing going.
But I say, prove it.
He
bitch.
botched it.
Get in this ring with me right here tonight.
Infamous promo for saying the right guy at the right time at the wrong place and then calling himself, if you think I'm the gay guy.
Yeah, he fucked that one up.
Yeah.
Hogan.
Hogan,
Gawker money. Doesn't even matter.
even the best in the world, still fucks
Is
up
a fucking
promos.
jobber.
All right, let's wrap it up. It's a good show.
It was a great show. Not Raw, but this show.
Unlike Raw, this was a great show.
Listen up! There's been a lot of sports writers and sports centers flapping their yaps about us getting soft. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. This fat son of a bitch. He's challenged all of us. He's been world champion before. Been in his business 15, 20 years. This fat son of a bitch is gonna call us all out.